Hey guys, it's King Candy. Welcome back to a video on my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be discussing the top 10 worst games of all time. Let's get started. But first, check this out. So let's get started with our list. At number 10, we have Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Now don't let me get me started on this game. I hate this game so much, and I think it's number 10 on the worst games of all time list because you can't save anytime. Things are creepy, you get scared, you get lost. There's no point in this game ever being made, okay? This game is bad, and that's why it achieves number 10 on my top 10 list of games of all worst time. Let's move right along on to number 9. For number 9, we have Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one. Now, don't get me started on this game. This game is bad because I hate it, and it's also scary. You get scared in this game. Why would you ever want to play a game where you get scared in that game? It doesn't make any sense to me, okay? So that's all I'm going to say about that part of that aspect of the game, is you get scared. Second of all, there's no point to the game. What am I doing in this restaurant fighting these bears, okay? Much less 5 nights of them. 1 night maybe, 5 nights? Get out of here, that's ridiculous. Listen, this game is so bad, it sickens me to even keep talking about it like this. Let's just move on to number 8 on my top 10 worst games of all time list. I'm on my top 10 worst games of all time list. Number 8, we have Five Nights at Freddy's, the second one. Don't even get me started on this game, all right? Not only the fact that it's the second game that they made 2 of these games, it's also the fact that it is so bad. First of all, you get scared all the time. You get scared, it's scary a lot. And second of all, you're still being chased by bears. What am I doing here? Why would you come back to the restaurant where you're getting chased around by 5 bears? Okay? Much less, why would you ever spend 5 nights? We're at a total of 10 nights, people. Telling me that's a believable, realistic, enjoyable, good game, what have you? No, it's insane. And don't even get me started on the game mechanics. The game designers designed this game in such a way where you can't even figure out what's happening, okay? Much less of the time, you're running around, you're trying to find these 5 bears that seem to want you. I'm flabbergasted that they came out with the second one of these games, and that's why it achieves number 8 on my top 10 worst games of all time list. Let's just move on to number 7. I can't talk about this anymore. For number 7, we have Five Nights at Freddy's, the third one. Don't even get me started on this game, okay? Much like the ones I've mentioned previously, this game is scary and you get scared a lot. And now there's like 6 or 7 bears instead of just 5. But you still have to spend 5 nights there because that's what the game's all about. Now tell me, what kind of imbecile is gonna stay 5 nights at a restaurant for the 3rd time for a total of 15 nights, okay? That's just crazy. You know what the definition of insanity is? It's doing things a lot, okay? That's what insanity is. If you look up the definition of insanity on the Wikipedia, on the encyclopedia, and on the dictionary as well, that's what it's going to tell you. It's going to say Five Nights at Freddy's, the 3rd one. I could go on and on about how much I don't like this game, but I digress. Let's just move on to number 6 on my list. For number 6, we have Fortnite. Oh god, what to get started even on this game? What to even say about it? First of all, there's no Five Nights at Freddy's characters in this game. So how am I supposed to enjoy this? How am I supposed to know what the point of the game is if there's no Five Nights at Freddy's characters? You're telling me I have to play a game where there's no 5 bears? Give me a break. Second of all, the kids who play this game, they're good. So you can't even win when you try to play this game. I get off of a long shift at the factory and I'm supposed to come home and play against these kids who've been training their whole lives since 2017 to come and play this game. Makes me crazy, makes me angry, and it's so bad, okay? Fortnite is so bad. Add a Freddy skin, then we'll talk. Let's just move on to number 5 on my list. For number 5 on my list, I have Call of Duty. Yeah, I'm talking about every single one of them. All 27, okay? First of all, you only needed to make this game once. Once was fine. You know, Add new guns here and there. Add a new map or two. Maybe keep the people interested. But no, you release one every single year because of what? Because you want us to have fun so bad? I appreciate the effort, okay? I really do, Activision. But let me tell you, we're done. We can't stand Call of Duty anymore. We can't stand Call of Duty anymore. We're done running around. We're done figuring out your new maps. We are done. We can't take it anymore. And if I may say, I think the worst thing about this game, there's no 5 bears in it. Add a 5 bear skin, then we'll talk. Let's just move on to number 4. For number 4, we have Mario Kart. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on how many relationships this game has ended for me. I have a personal vendetta against this game. And listen, I know you guys are all gonna comment, oh, that makes you biased. Let me tell you, it doesn't. I have spoken to the man who created Mario Kart, and he has even said, this is a relationship killer. Don't play this game. Oh, look at me, I didn't listen. Okay, but regard all that, get rid of all that personal stuff. This is still a terrible game. Why? You get 5 maps. That's all you ever get is 5 maps. You think I'm supposed to have fun with a 5 maps game? Give me 5 nights, then we're talking. We're moving on. Number 3, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I don't know what to say about this. I'm honestly so just calm, cool, and collected about how much I dislike this game. First of all, there's no story. There's no story in this game. You don't do anything. There's no mechanics involved in this game, ever, which I think is ridiculous. Every game needs a game mechanic, and you're telling me that this game, Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild, it doesn't have one single mechanic that you can play with. It doesn't have one single character that you can look at, and it certainly doesn't have 5 bears in it. So that's why this gets number 3 on my worst game of all time list. Number 2, we have Half-Life 2. What to say about this game? Not only is this game really scary, but it's also really spooky and unsettling as well. And if there's one thing I hate more than it being scary, it's being spooky and unsettling. Because that's just a cheap shot for the people who make this game. I don't know, I think they're called developers. People who made this game, I would hardly call them developers. I'd call them undevelopers, because that's how bad this game is. I would call this game underdeveloped because of how spooky, scary, and unsettling it is. What, you're telling me we can't get better graphics from a game called Half-Life 2? You spent half your life making it, twice! Listen, I know this is the moment you've all been waiting for, so I just want to say thank you for watching this far. If you enjoy any of these games on this list, please seek help. Please, please seek help. But anyways, I digress on that subject. We're on to number 1. Number 1, we have the first video game ever made, Tetris. Where to start about Tetris and these little falling blocks that are supposed to go in place? It doesn't make any sense. How are you supposed to see this? I can't see colors. How am I supposed to play Tetris? I'm just supposed to, know the shapes and know where they're supposed to go? That's hardly a game. That's called geometry class in 11th grade. Yeah, I took geometry in 11th grade. I wasn't good at math. And listen, you may say, oh, that's why you don't like Tetris, because it's a mathematically involved game. Let me tell you something. I'm good at math, and I'm good at Tetris. I still hate that game, because there's no point to it. There's no point to this game when all you have to do is match up these falling bricks. And listen, I get it was the first video game ever made, but that doesn't give it an excuse. Okay, it's still an awful video game, even if it was the first video game ever made. They should have known what they were doing. Tetris is like the worst meal that you've ever eaten. You eat it, and you eat it. And maybe for a second you're like, that was an okay meal. But after a while, it sits with you and you think about it and you feel the meal and you feel every part of the meal that you ate. And that's when you realize that was the worst thing I've ever had in my whole life. That is exactly what playing Tetris is like. God, it makes me so mad to even say that name. But Tetris earns number 1 on my list of worst games of all time. Yeah, I had a music video coming out, so what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't change how much I hate these games. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, turn on notifications, and also subscribe to this channel as well. A lot more videos are going to be coming your way, and I don't think there's something that you're going to want to miss. Also, if you subscribe, maybe I'll subscribe back, okay? I don't do that a lot, but maybe if you do, maybe I will. Also, leave a comment, and I'll pick the funniest one to talk about in the next video. So, there's a little bit of incentive for you. Till next time, candy freaks.